Welcome back to Algebra 1 Honors. Today we're going to look at Lesson 8-2, which is points, lines, and their graphs. Okay? We are going to learn how to graph points and lines on the Cartesian coordinate system. Okay? And usually you'll use a paper that has a grid on it. I've just drawn the axes that we call them here. But this is a Cartesian coordinate system. Now, going horizontally is the x-axis, okay? And your values that we're going to look at here, the positives go to the right and the negatives go to the left. The y values, the positives go up and the negatives go down, just by choice. Whoever designed the system designed it that way. Okay, could they have designed it another way? Sure, they did, but they didn't. Okay? Now, the point in the middle is called the origin. That's 0, 0. Right? Now, given this grid, given this Cartesian coordinate system, you'll be given an ordered pair. Okay? An ordered pair is something like 4, negative 2. It's exactly what you would expect. It's a pair of numbers in order. Okay? And the order is such that x comes first, and your y value comes second. Okay? And it's sort of a treasure map in a way. What you're going to do is go over to your coordinate system, okay? And we're going to find where the treasure that would be under this particular point is located. It's going to be either in quadrant 1, this quarter of the graph, or quadrant 2 here, or 3, or 4. And again, you notice that they're numbered counterclockwise, just somebody's choice. Right? So if we want to find where 4, negative 2 is, we're going to start at the origin, and then our first value tells us whether to go left or right. If it's positive, we're going to go to the right. Right? So we're going to start at the origin, we're going to go 4 units to the right, leaving our pen in place. Then we're going to go up or down 2 units. And this, since this is negative, we're going to go down 2 units. So we start here and we count 1, 2, 3, 4. Leaving our pen in place, we're now going to go down, because it's negative 2, down 2 units, 1, 2, right here. And right under there, if this were our treasure map, our spot would be right there under 4-negative 2. Now, let's do another one. What if we had, let's say, negative 5, negative 6. Where would that be located? Well, again, we're going to start in the middle at the origin, and our abscissa value, that's another name for x, abscissa, is negative 5. And our ordinate value, that's another name for our y, is negative 6. So we're going to go left because it's negative 5 units. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Leave our pen in place. Then we're going to go down 6 units. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And it'll be right here. And again, when you graph these, you'll have graph paper with a little grid on it. So here is negative 5, negative 6. So our first point was in the 4th quadrant. Our second point was in the 3rd quadrant. Okay? Now, if we connect those 2 points, all right, we have a line. Okay, so given any 2 points that you graph, if you connect those 2 points, you have only one choice, only one way to connect 2 points to make a line. So if I give Mary a set of points like this, and I give John another set of points just like this, they'll have to draw the same line. Okay, so 2 points uniquely determine a line. Now, we might also be given the equation of a line, okay, and asked to plot what the line looks like, what its graph looks like, given its equation. Now, the equation of a line has two variables. And usually because we plot it on a Cartesian coordinate system, our variables are going to be x and y. Okay, so we might have something like x plus y equals 10. I know this is the equation of a line because it has a variable x, a variable y, and these little exponents up here, and we'll learn a lot more about this later, these little exponents are ones. We don't write them usually when they're 1. Right? But if either of these exponents was not a 1, it was a 2 or a 3 or a negative number, then our picture, our graph, would not turn out to be a line. And you'll see a lot more about that later when we graph parabolas. But for right now, this is going to be the equation of a line. Now, how do I graph it? Well, I make my little table or my little t-chart. Here's my x value, here's my y value, and I'm just going to pick numbers for one and solve for the other. There's nothing magic about what I pick. Right? I like to pick 0 because that's an easy number to work with. So if I pick a 0 for x, then when I come up here and I put my 0 in there for x, 0 plus what gives me 10? Well, my y value that matches with my 0 has to be 10. 0 plus 10 gives me 10. Okay? Now, let's pick another number. This time, maybe we'll pick for y. And we'll say y is 8. Okay, so we'll put in a value for y. Y is 8. Now I have to figure out 8 plus what? What does x have to be so that I get 10? Well, it turns out x has to be 2. So my ordered pair here, 2 plus 8, gives me 10. Now, I could keep picking. I think you can see that. I could put 5 and 5, or 3 and 7, or 7 and 3. I could even put negative numbers, right? Like negative 10 and positive 20. So there's an infinite number of pairs of solutions. When you have two variables like this and only one equation, you're usually going to have lots of different possible answers. So why am I stopping at just 2 here? I have 2 sets of x, y values. Well, I'm stopping because to draw my line, to fix my line on the graph over there, I only need 2 points. So here's one of my points right here. It's 0, 10. And here's my other point right here. It's 2, 8. That's my ordered pair. I have 2 ordered pairs here. Now let's graph those. I come over here and I start in the middle and I have a 0 here. That means I don't go left or right at all. I stay in the middle. Right? And then I'm going to go up 10. So I stay right here and then I go up 10. All the way up. I need one more spot up here. There would be 10. Okay, so that would be my 0, 10. Now my other point, I'm going to go positive, so it's to the right 2. 1, 2. And then up 8, because it's a positive 8. All the way up to 8 right here. That point right there is going to be 2, 8. Now to draw my line, I have 2 points. So I'm going to draw my line through my 2 points there. Okay? And that's pretty much what there is to lesson 8-2. It's plotting points. You have to know how to find where this is, where this point is on the Cartesian coordinate. Right? And then to draw a line, you have to be able to take its equation, which will have an x and a y with an exponent of 1, and find 2 pairs of xy values that work, plot them, connect them, and that's your line.